everyone and welcome back to another Sims 4 building challenge. Today we're going to be generating yourselves color palettes to determine the vibes of each one of the rooms that I'll be building, which you know me and I do like to build quite intense builds these days. So I'm hoping that the color generator will kind of inspire me to use something different. So of course today we're going to be building the Sandra Special in whatever kind of shape I decide to do, but each one of the rooms is obviously going to be a different color, but it's going to be a color palette. The way that I'm going to do this is through this random color generator palette website thing, where this website pretty much, if you click space, it will generate you a random color palette, which I think is just bizarre and it's crazy and it's such a cool idea. So I thought maybe we could kind of work with something from this website. Like, look at this, like look at how amazing this looks. Also, this makes me think that maybe I should do the every room is like a different season challenge. I don't know, it's just really inspiring, like even something like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click 3 times. I'm going to press my space bar 3 times per room, and once it lands on that color palette, that is exactly what we're going to have to work with. I can link the website for you down below if you wanted to also try this yourself. But of course, the first thing we will have to do is to build ourselves a little house. So why don't I just do that really quickly. Today I'm kind of thinking of like an L-shaped house. I'm not really sure what kind of vibed house, but I'm kind of thinking something along these lines, which I mean, what even is this? Do I really want like a bungalow? Maybe I actually do want a bit of a bungalow today. Wait a second. If I do something like this, wait, let me make this a little shorter. I don't want to make it too much of a massive house. I kind of wanted something like this today. I'm not really sure. Could we really make this into a bungalow, I wonder? Like, just say if we go front kind of door entrance this way, just say, we could instantly like chuck ourselves a weird shaped bathroom inside here. That could be an idea. Could we run this as almost like a kitchen scenario in there? That could be an interesting little kitchen. Or else that could be almost like a little pantry of some sort if I window this place up. Or else maybe actually if I make this a little smaller, maybe that will look a little better, slightly smaller. But we could almost have some sort of like a kitchen kind of pantry situation, almost like dining table scenario here. So I could almost create ourselves a little hallway. Have this as like a kitchen dining space. This could actually be a pretty nice big size bedroom. And then we could do maybe like a small little office space. And then that could be a sitting room. I mean, the thing is though, I probably would want to do some sort of like a hallway so that at least, yeah, actually, wait a second. Let's rethink this. I want specific rooms because the color palettes, I don't want them like merging in together and blending because there will be a lot of colors used here. So maybe if I do kitchen, dining room, a sitting room, we've got a little bathroom here, which makes me think that the bathroom maybe should be a little bigger. Just the shape of it is a little odd. Okay, so I've created this. So I actually extended the office space a tiny bit, and then I've made the bathroom just like a 3x3 room, just so we could have a little bit of fun. If it's an interesting color. If it's not, then I don't know how I'm going to do that bathroom. So I'm a little bit worried over that. But then we've got like a nice little kitchen, dining, sitting room. I made them quite spacious, but I kind of like the shape of this house. The roofing, it's interesting. It's something different. I just wanted like a little nook, so I'm not really sure whether that looks good. But it's not really about the outside of the house. As we know, it's really about the inside. So that does not really matter. I am going to window the place up though. I don't really know what vibe I'm going for. This door that I just picked up, that is just a random door. I don't really know even if I wanted that door. But do you know what I'm actually starting to struggle with? Is foundations. Because if I was to put this place on a foundation, yeah, lovely. It would look really cute, whatever. But then do I do like a thing all around the house and then do I raise that up? But then should that not have like a little roof on it? But then if I extend that roof, that's going to look silly. I don't know. I actually think I'm starting to realize that I am struggling a little bit with like the foundations, like almost like the patio kind of area. I'm not sure. Actually, maybe that looks nice. I don't really know. I don't really know what it's supposed to look like, but maybe that does look nice. I really wish that these new happy birthday windows came with like a brown, like a white, brown, light brown and black. Or sorry, they do come with a white and black, but like a light brown and a dark brown, and maybe like even like the warm brown. I think that would be pretty cool because I kind of like the idea of this door, but I kind of wanted to use these windows to make it really like a regular home vibe. Also, I don't really know. That door is really like short now that I think about it, so maybe not that door. I just want to start using different doors, but they're there really isn't like a nice selection of big modern doors. Like, how many times have I used this in 1 year? Or like, can I make my own little door? Could I make like, oh no, I guess I could. Oh no. I was gonna say, can I make my own front door? Yeah, you can, but that doesn't mean you should, Sandra. That's not a good look, to be honest. Weirdly enough, I actually kind of want to do a red door. Is that a bit weird? I think so. If I like pair the red door with some like kind of thick stones. I've recently seen like really cool houses in the area where I live, where obviously like in Ireland we have quite crazy colored front doors, and I kind of liked that idea, but I'm not really sure now if I like the idea of it here. But maybe this chunk could be like this color, and this chunk could also be that brick. Now that I think about it, I wish they were all red and not like with the white. Oh, the light wood looks kind of interesting here. Now that I think about it, that could be an option. And then some of the house, actually, wait, now maybe not that chunk, but some of the house could be like this color. Maybe like this as an extension. That could be like this color. And then the rest could just be like a regular like gray or something. That's cool. I like this house. This is supposed to be the bathroom. So maybe I'll just put like a small window like that, and we can put our favorite little filler item here. Yeah, filler objects. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. I really don't like these, like, well, I mean, I like these windows. I'm trying to use them, but I don't like how they naturally only either snap to the bottom or the top. And even if you look at them at the top, I feel like they're a little bit too high on the wall. They look a little bit awkward. I wish they were like a little bit further down, like halfway through, which obviously we've got the amazing creative freedom of doing that. But I don't know how the default can just be this and not like a middle point in between that, you know? Because like I think automatically that looks a little bit better, and it almost looks better on the inside as well. But anyway, that's fine. That's not my fault. Neither is that my problem. Anyways, I'm going to do just this window in the kitchen. We'll obviously move that around. And I guess we could do another kind of like big window here. It's a very interesting windowed home, I must say. There's also no back kind of entrance to it, which kind of pisses me off, so I think I'm going to add a little back entrance. Okay, so I've created this little home, which I kind of like as something slightly different. I don't know. We've got our little solar panels as per usual, because everyone deserves those. A very, very busy back garden. I don't know why I'm enjoying so much doing like really colorful busy gardens, especially adding like these little pots. Like, have you ever thought I'd be using those? No, you probably haven't, but maybe it's just because it's summertime, and kind of like in real life as well, I'm like looking to plant some flowers around, make things, you know, kind of pretty. You know, add some plants for those little wild bees out there. I don't know. I think it's quite cute to implement a little bit of color and a little bit of busyness, especially because that's kind of how I'm feeling. And I know you guys are asking for a summer kind of build, so maybe something in Solani. So I'm kind of thinking about that. I have that at the back of my mind. So I'll definitely try doing something like that. And of course, we've got a little bit of gardening here as a thing you can do in the back garden. But yeah, looking at the house, I think I'm now ready to move in and start, you know, doing a little bit of the color vibe. Maybe actually I will add some doors first before we move on any further. So I kind of want to do maybe some archways to the sitting room and the kitchen. So we might do archways there. And then I kind of do want a big archway to the dining room, but I just wish we could get this archway, but a taller version of it. Because like, I guess now I'm going to have to just do kind of short archways, which is okay because it does match the doors. But I don't know. I just wish we had like a tall archway. But that's what we've got going on here for us. So yeah, I guess the first thing we're going to have to do is just pick out a room. Should we start off with the bedroom? I guess that could be like a nice way to begin. So this is our bedroom. I guess, yeah, the bathroom is over there. So that makes sense. That's going to be the office. As I said, what I am going to do is I'm going to click 3 times. I'm going to do like, just say this is a test. 1, 2, 3. And then that will be the color. Just say, oh my god, that would be an unreal color palette. I'm a little worried, I'm not gonna lie, because I feel like these are gonna be colors that might be a little bit difficult to find in The Sims. So obviously I'm going to do my best job to get them as close to those colors as possible. Let's figure out the first swatch palette for the bedroom. So 1, 2, and 3. Oh god. Okay, right. So oh god. That is going to be our bedroom. So we've got a lot of yellow. So we've almost got like a lemon yellow and a warmer, as we've called this, Naples yellow. We've got a bittersweet color, whatever that is. I'm trying to figure out whether the yellow, how do I make this look not as intense as what it is? Because if you think about it, yellow, blue, and red, they're primary colors, right? So I don't want to make this look like a bloody daycare, like a child center vibe. So I'm going to have to add some neutral shades into this to kind of make it make sense a little bit, because there has to be a way of making this a little bit more sophisticated in my eyes. because I guess you know me by now. You know the way I build. I do like the idea of adding a little bit of like neutralness, like neutral tones. So I don't know. I'm very interested to see how I can make this work. But maybe if I add a little bit of like a wooden tone into this, because that Naples yellow color, like that warmer kind of yellow, is making me feel like maybe that should be something I could be allowed to use. I feel like I will be struggling quite intensely with this. But like, is that too much if I just literally do something like this? Or maybe that is the way it's supposed to look. Yeah, I kind of like something like this. Maybe it's meant to be a little bit more of like a chaotic, eclectic, I don't even know what that word means, but maybe that kind of build. I don't really know, but I'm kind of enjoying myself doing this. So as you can see, there is some neutral shades that I've implemented in this, obviously, again, to make it look more so like a home and not like a children's room, because as I said, those are literally primary colors that I got dealt with. So I don't really want to make it look a little too childish. I want to make it look still slightly more on the refined side, even though with colors like that, it can get a little difficult. Oh, the red. Ooh, we could use the red, but maybe the yellow probably just has a little bit more, but more better normal vibe. This is going to be tough, but as you can see, I think with the addition of a couple of like wooden features, like that wooden wall and the wooden floor, I think it's kind of nice. I feel like it's working. I almost feel like I could use this, like this little combination together. You know, is that even possible? Is there any other ones that I have that have those colors? Oh, they come from the tiny living pack. Oh no, there is just two of them. Okay, why don't I use the two of them like together next to each other? I just want to make it a little bit bigger. So why don't I do something like this? That actually looks a little strange now that I think about it. Can I use two of them? They don't really seem to work together. But like by themselves, I know it's supposed to be tiny living, but by themselves, I don't really like them. Like that's kind of nice, but are we voiding it of all colors? So maybe we should probably leave it like this. Maybe I'll just do like a nice little seating area at the side of it. I'm not really sure. This room I feel like is a little too big, and I don't really want to do like office vibes in this room. You know, I kind of want to leave the office for obviously the office. Great stuff, Sandra. Great video so far. I'm really struggling with this room because I obviously want to portray the colors through it, but like these items from Tiny Living, none of them work together. None of them have the right swatch. Even if I make everything wooden, there's still two different wooden colors, and I don't like that. So I'm really, like, I really want to use this item, especially with that blue and the yellow, because it's literally perfect. But maybe it's just because I made this room a little bit too big. Like, what do I put next to it? You know, like, what do I do? Like, I'm actually struggling. I wanted to put an easel in here at some point, but I'm like, am I being crazy putting an easel in here? But then again, actually, we could do maybe like the stack of paintings on that wall, and maybe these people do just enjoy a little bit of painting. Could we maybe like break this up with some interesting swatches? Be like some forest swatches. I don't know. Just make this room make a little bit more sense. I'm not really sure how, but maybe it's just like a little bit more of like a cluttered space. Maybe we haven't painted for a while and we just like to leave our paintings over there. I don't really know what's going on, but we've started off with a pretty difficult color palette. I'm not going to lie, I am struggling a little bit, so hopefully it will just go much better from here, because at the moment I am definitely struggling with this room. Okay, I really like the way there's obviously primary colors on this bucket, so maybe that is a bucket that I can incorporate in here, because that is literally the exact colors that we can use. I don't know what I've done with this room, and I'm not sure whether I like it, but there's something quite cute about this. But there's also something that I'm not really entirely too sure, and I guess now the more I look at it, I guess it is a pass, because we've got all the colors, but whether the colors work together, maybe it's just like an artist's room, obviously, and we love primary colors because we just love art so much, and primary colors are our favorite. I don't know, let's move on, because that is just, it's kind of worrying me a little bit. I feel like I want to go to the very opposite room of the house. Let's maybe spin for the kitchen next. Okay, so let's work on the kitchen. So let's go 1, 2, and 3. Did that change? It did. Okay, so this is what we can work on. These are the colors that we can use for the kitchen. Sorry, I'm panicking a little bit looking at that neon green color. What do you mean neon green? I mean, we've got cocoa brown, which is literally like orangey rusty color, which does not look like a cocoa brown. But we've got like a dark color, which is dark purple. We won't be able to find that in The Sims. But we've got like a sagey kind of color, and this bluey greeny color. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to be able to make this work. Lord above. Oh my God, I'm worried. I mean, this is obviously a fun challenge because I am looking to use different colors and different styles or whatever. But so far, it's not been a very kind generator for me, because how am I going to use, like, do we even have a neon green? I don't think so, unless I use like this thing, but I'm just not doing that. I just don't think that is going to sit very right with me. So maybe we'll think about that green as like plants. So maybe we'll try to put a lot of plants into it. I'm interested by all the other colors. So that kind of dark color. I mean, we have this dark blue, which I know is not dark purple, but then again, this game kind of hates dark purples. Like, that's not a dark purple. That is not that color. So maybe we could incorporate a little bit of this color, which I think would work really nicely with like that other blue. Wait, now let me try match up the other blue. The other blue is more like an aqua. Well, not aqua. It's considered actually a green, but I do see more so like a blue in it. I am always very interested to see how everyone else sees colors differently, but I do see more so like a blue, almost like this kind of color, which would actually be interesting to use that. Maybe as like a tiling. Do we see that or do we not see that? I'm not really sure what we see at this point. I'm just desperately trying to match these colors up to make them make sense, but I can't really. It's very difficult. Okay, sage green then. I mean, sage. When I think of sage, I do think of sage green, but now that I'm looking at all these greens and then that sage color, it's not looking like a sage. That's looking like a yellowy beigey color. But I'm thinking maybe this is like a sage color. So maybe something like that could be an interesting interpretation of that. And then we also have like an orangey kind of reddy color, which, I mean, I don't really know how I'm going to make this work, but why don't we try and figure out some objects? So I don't really, again, want to make this too literal with the color choices. Like, I'm kind of happy enough to make it a little bit more interesting, maybe with decoration, but we could keep it quite literal with the more aesthetic choices. I don't know if you're understanding really what I'm about to say with this, but I do want to make this work so that I'm happy with it, more so than to make it literally using those exact colors. And I also think that maybe this floor tiling really does work as the color. What do we think? Does that work? I don't know. I mean, so far I still don't have like that orangey color, but I'm interested to see maybe if there's some decorative pieces that I could use, because like we've got reds and then we've got oranges, but if I literally add orange, blue and green all together with all of the appliances, I feel like I am going to start to become quite ill looking at all these colors. So I'd like to think that maybe there's a way that I could incorporate that orange, maybe through like the sink. Maybe that could be like a bronzy color. Is there more so like a warm bronzy tone? Like, I guess this. Wait, now, isn't there a different one? There's this swatch, but again, is that too literal? Like this, maybe? Maybe more so that color. That could be a nice addition to this room. And then maybe I could also find a range hood that almost has a similar swatch to that, which I guess isn't really going to be that one, but maybe that one. I guess kind of that one, but I don't really like that one. It's not really giving me good vibes. No good vibes are being felt so far. I love the way they've added all these other colors into the range hood category, because at least now we could use them, and it is a little bit easier to incorporate them into your builds. But here I am still extremely stuck trying to figure out what range hood to make work. Also, I think I'm gonna turn this window down. Turn that window down. No, I'm gonna make that window go a little bit lower, because if I now just start adding like red into this to make that orange fit, it's just gonna look like a bit of a nightmare. So I think I am just going to work away with that sage green, that blue and that dark wall, and then I'm gonna try and incorporate more orange into this. So maybe using like this bin now could bring a little bit of that in. So some accent colors. What about the new kit? Come on, kit. Come through with something to help me, because I am kind of struggling a little bit. Okay, if I add this painting up on this wall, I think we could also take off that neon green. I mean, it's a bit hideous. I don't really like the way it's looking, but I don't really want to just turn around and not have used that neon green, because obviously that neon green wants to be used here, but I'm like really telling it that it can't be. I also feel like that would be so much nicer here. But like, does that really make any sense? Because it doesn't really, because it has orange. It has like that kind of, it doesn't really have dark purple. Although maybe it does have a little bit of dark purple and the orange and a bit of green. So actually, maybe I'll use this one instead. Is there any other like neon green painting? Oh, this thing. Oh my god, this thing. Oh guys, hold on a second. What if I make like an interesting collage? I would like to think that's a bit of like a neon greeny color. That is the closest thing to a neon green I'm going to get. I'm going to make a little collage up on this wall, maybe with like some mirror as well. I think this would be, so be it guys, we will make this work. I'm really struggling with this room. I don't know what it is. I wanted to add like a cute little arrangement. Bloody heck, that looks so bad. Over here, we've got no clutter yet, but we've got an orange rug, apparently. I don't really know how to make this make any sense whatsoever. Maybe actually if I add like this thing, this room is horrendous. Like, and I do admit this room is pretty bad. So I just cannot wait. Like, I'm really hoping I'm going to get at least one nice, like really, really cohesive range of colors, because so far this is pretty hideous to say the least. It's that like neon that really threw me over the edge. It's quite bad, you know. Okay, I've added more bronziness and saginess on the chairs, and then I've had nice little area here. I'd like to think that maybe this plant is quite a neon green as well. I mean, we've got no purple because purple is just like a hated color by The Sims. So it's very difficult to pick out a purple color to work in the kitchen. And I'm obviously not doing purple counters. You can bloody forget about that anyways. But like, I don't really want to incorporate this because these are not dark enough. These are like aubergine colors, but that purple is so dark that, you know, it's just not really working for me. And I think I'm kind of happy to call it a day, honestly, with this room. It's just, it's a bad place. And I really thought that this challenge would be kind of easy and like really fun to do. And I thought it'd be really inspiring, but here I am, upset and angry at it. So it's so far, it's not doing very well. And I'm not very happy with it. Okay, I'm going to add also these lights up above to add more of like that orangey shade. And I am leaving this room, and I think I'm actually going to go into the total opposite end of the house again, because I feel like I need to stop looking at those two rooms that I did first, which is not that great. Okay, let's really do this nicely now. Give me something good. Come on, let's pick out ourselves more colors. So this is going to be the sitting room. What are we going to get? Fingers crossed it'll be something good. Right, 1, 2, 3. No! Oh my god. Why? Did you not see the first color? It was like lovely greens. Why did I get purples with vanilla? So violet, like these like a fairy tale pink apparently. So like dusty pinks and purples and like aubergine colors. Oh my god. It's like the game just heard me. It was like, oh, you wanted aubergine? Is that what we just heard? No. Didn't want aubergine. And that is a light orange apparently. So like really beige, magnolia, vanilla, and violet. Oh my, I'm actually going to snap. I'm going to snap. This is a brilliant challenge. Maybe we should do this again where I pick the color swatches, because this could be inspiring. But so far, it's inspiring me to close my game and never look at The Sims again. Right, I'm going to pick out a nice light wooden floor to symbolize that light orange. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm actually just like so upset. I'm actually devastated to say the least. Don't know what to say to you guys, but this so far is not my favorite challenge. Maybe actually if I pick out like a really light wood, we could pretend like this is vanilla or something. I don't know, because we've got vanilla here. Could I use this as vanilla? Oh my god, this is going to be a hideous room. And I'm so sorry in advance. Is that even like a vanilla enough for me? That has like blue shades in it, which I don't really want. I want like more. I guess maybe this one's quite nice. This one could be our vanilla color. Yay, so nice. I guess we do have a really nice like dusty, like wait now, this swatch does look very similar to the light orange. I know it's not light orange, but in my head it looks light orange. We also then have like this pink, but that doesn't really seem to be that fairy tale pink. Okay, hold on a second, let's go into the pink category. I guess it's more so like either this color, or actually wait a second, it probably is more so like this for the light orange. Oh my god, it's so bad. It's gonna be a bad one. Sit back, relax. Definitely, honestly, unsubscribe at this point and never look at my videos ever again. Although that could be an interesting thing to go for, but that's a really big commitment to the cause and I don't think I can do it. Like, I almost feel like this fairy tale pink could work, but I don't think I want to use that color. Oh, that's a lovely, lovely swatch for the light orange. Wait, now, what if I actually run that light orange kind of like this? And then the other wall could be like this dusty pink. And then let's try just incorporate a little bit of something normal for 2 seconds. And then we'll use the purple as the furniture. Like, what if I incorporate a little bit of like this? Maybe not that particular thing, but maybe something for the vanilla. Maybe like something like this, just to like tone us down, calm us down a little bit. Look, everything will be fine. We will make this work. We will make this work one way or another. Like, we could almost add, we could actually add this curtain for this room, because that almost has like that light kind of orangey shade. I'm not too mad at that. That could work. It's fine. I was gonna say that's really nice. It's not nice at all, actually. I'm really hoping that this will find the right people, like this challenge, like this video, I mean, with the rooms that I'm doing. I hope you guys are gonna be like, you know, instead of giving out to me that I'm like cheating, I hope you guys are gonna be like, oh, this is actually nice, you know, this is nice. I just wanted like that lovely green color that I like skipped through. Did you see that? We could have had something good here, and now we don't. And now I have to go into the purple category and make a house with purple swatches. Okay. All right, we've got this couch, which, I mean, at this point, I'm going to take any sort of purple and I'm going to run with it. We're not really going to question whether that's purple enough. We're just going to go for whatever purple I can find that my brain allows me to put down in this house, because so far, none of them are sticking out to me at all. Like, at all. I really want to know, is there somebody out there that really loves building with purple in The Sims? Like, is there somebody out there that has like their favorite builds be purple, like in this game? Is there like purple lovers out there? I mean, purple is a really beautiful color, especially when it's like a nice light violet kind of, like this color, whatever that color is. I really love that. But in The Sims, it's really not loved. It's not loved at all. I kind of like the idea of this, but I feel like from the color palette throughout, I feel like this is way too far-fetched. I'm almost thinking like something like this would probably work. I know there's like hints of blue on it, but honestly, I don't know what you want me to do at this point. I'm struggling. Unless I change the idea altogether. Is there like nicer, beigeier swatch couches? Like, I know there's this thing, right? That could work for vanilla really nicely. So what if I actually incorporate purple on my walls? Which I don't want to do, but maybe like this would be the violet color, right? That could work. And then we could add like this color as the other swatch. I mean, we could do that, but whether I want to do that, I don't know. But that will then allow me to, oh my God, that door. Okay, wait, now maybe I actually need to use this color here. And maybe, wait, was it this color that I had? Oh Lord, it was, wasn't it? There's no other purple, so it must have been that color. Maybe I could use this color here. And then actually, wait a second. Wait now. If I use this color here so that it like really nicely flows from those two shades, and I actually do yeah. Oh God, guys, we've got this. Can I make this work? I actually feel like I could make this work, guys. If I use the two couches, right, so together, we can make like a really grand, fancy room. If I put this back there, right, we've got this. I'm on a mission, and you best believe I'm working overtime. I'm working so hard to make this look nice. Have I lost the pink a bit? Maybe we need more pinky vibes, like fairy tale pink. Oh, okay. What pink vibes can I add? I mean, I could add like a pink, like a lovely, nice light pink to this corner. That wouldn't be too bad. See, I really want to like tone it down now. I don't want to like make this feel like a clown house. Like I'm kind of happy with the idea of working on builds like this, obviously, because it is really interesting. At the end of the day, I really want to make this feel good. Like, I want this to feel like a very thought out experience, and that maybe you could actually find this in a catalog. You know, I don't want to make this feel clown vibes. And so far, it's given me a little bit of clown vibes. Although, that has a little bit of pink on it. And it also has wood. So that makes me think that now I could incorporate some light wooden features. And I could potentially make this work. Yeah. She says that to herself as she doubts every single word. That elephant is going to save my whole existence of this build, I think. Like, that elephant on that light wooden wall, well, not clashing, but like combining with this wall over here, I think this is going to look good. I could almost add this one on this wall. I mean, let's make a bloody art studio out of this place. But that almost then incorporates like that light wooden beigey feature. I don't know. Is this something? Is this working? I then like put these above it to be like, oh, this is actually like, we love our art. Like, we just love art. Is that why we've got two massive paintings on the wall like that? I don't know. Maybe that doesn't look good. I'm not sure, guys. I'm really, really not sure. I'm like desperately trying to come up with something. And also, I cannot use this plant in every single room, but for some reason, this plant seems to be like working really well. Wait, there's actually a pink swatch of this. We could add more pink through this little option, this little number. Okay. What do I do for the TV? Do we just do like a massive TV on the wall and call it a day? Like I could. Is there a nice fireplace maybe that we could incorporate in this? Oh. Although, wait a second. This could bring back that light orangey tone into it back again. Maybe not actually. Wait a second. Is there any other nice swatches of a fireplace? Because I feel like I need something on this wall. I can't just leave this blank. It's just not going to work in my head if I just leave it blank, you know? Wait, now there's this one. This is a new fireplace that came with an update, I'm presuming, a long time ago. But only now I'm starting to look at it. I could use like this light wooden fireplace. Because like that, again, makes me think of like vanilla, light wooden, like orangey kind of vibes. So maybe let's do something like this. And then I just do a beautiful arrangement of potted plants everywhere. Do we add more pink? Or do we need more pink? Or have we had enough pink on that side? Maybe we did. I'm like looking at this room for the last 5 minutes. I don't know what to add into it. I'm scared. I'm like terrified of this room. If I add something now, I'll ruin it. But there's like nothing to do in this room besides watching TV. I don't know, guys. I kind of wanted to add a bookcase, but there's just nowhere that this bookcase can go unless I add it like down here, which I think is just a little bit ridiculous. Like I could add like this thing here somewhere in this beigey color. Like that's a lovely vanilla shade, but where? Like where? I feel like there's a lot of crap already everywhere, and I decided to put a seat over there unless I just like chuck that in the corner, but then I feel like it's just a little bit too cluttered. Maybe we just don't need anything in this room. Maybe like this is the room that we just leave the way it is. Or else, wait, now maybe instead of my tray I could just add the books there. We could maybe say goodbye to the tray, but I at least want this room to feel like you could do something in it. And the only thing I want to do in this room is just leave it. I want to leave, escape this room. It's a horrible escape room, really. This is... I'm going to add this as a light. I don't know. I'm going to leave this room now, guys. I mean, it has the violet, it has the purple, it has a little bit of like a fairy vibed pink, it has vanilla in it. What else could you want from me? I'm struggling, okay, guys? I'm struggling, and I'm going to move on. I don't know what room to do next. Maybe let's do the dining room. Let's sandwich another crazy room right in there. Bloody heck, I'm terrified. I'm terrified for, like, the bathrooms. What am I going to do for the bathroom? Anyways, this is going to be the room, the dining room, right? So let's go 1, 2, and 3. Okay, hold on 1 second and 1 moment. We've got another, like I want to say, like, a dead aubergine color. Like this thing. Like, that's that color. Sorry, you cannot see. That's that color. That is literally that color. I mean, looking at that range of colors, it is absolutely stunning. It is gorgeous. It is beautiful. But am I going to be able to make this work together? Like, I think that maybe if we had only like 3 swatches working together, maybe that would be a little bit easier. But because there's like so many different colors, I'm trying to use as many of them. I think that's where I'm struggling a little bit. So maybe I just kind of have to not do that. I just kind of have to calm down and just pick out a couple of the ones that I think work. But, you know, just be okay with the fact that I don't have to use all of them. Okay? I just can't. I'm struggling. I genuinely thought this video was going to be so easy peasy. I was going to be like, oh, I'm going to make this work. It's going to be so fun. I'm going to learn so much from this video. The only thing I'm learning is that purple keeps creeping in every 2 minutes and I hate it so hard and I want to cry. So logically, like we've got something like this. I feel like we could also use something kind of ish like that. And then it's more like aqua blues. So Tiffany blue, whatever Tiffany blue means. Light green and Sladian. These are what the color names are. But yeah, I'm really struggling with figuring out, although maybe this color actually looks like it could work. So what if I incorporate a little bit of, oh god, not that one. I'm sorry, I can't use that one. What if I do a little bit of light blue? But you see then if I go another crazy color, is that gonna just look like an intense room? Like a little bit too intense? Oh my god, I'm struggling. Let's figure out the table, because the table could be a make it or break it, because we could maybe figure out like a nice blue table. Like I know there is, I like this table actually, but this obviously just has wooden swatches. Wait now, Oh, what if we do a dark blue? That's not a dark brown. Jesus Christ, Sandra. We could do a dark brown to kind of match that purple. Then I am thinking, like, there's obviously this table that has blue swatches on it. So maybe we could incorporate, like, this color somehow. Somehow. We've got, like, these as well. Wow. So fun. Oh my god. Why did this challenge do me so dirty? I don't know. Although, wait now. This light green could be an option. I think that is a light green. And literally light green is one of the names of the colors. But whether we are a little bit too far from the concept now. Do we do orange chairs with a light green table? Does a clown live in this house also? Yes, they do. Yes. Oh my god. Okay. I'm gonna hide that door a little bit. And by hide that door, I mean also hide that wall. Maybe with just like a little bit of neutrality. And also a nice like wooden, maybe quite busy wooden floor. Yeah. I also now think that maybe I could just make the table like a neutral color. I like the idea of the orange chairs. I mean, I love the orange chairs. And now I feel like if we found a nice like bluey, greeny painting on the wall, that could then give us something back into this. That's not very bluey, greeny. Matcha. Like, that's kind of cool. I guess it kind of has a bit of everything, but it's small. It's not really what I'm looking for. But looking at these options that we've got over here, oh my god, it's not really working for me. Okay, guys, I'm going insane. I am going insane. This challenge is slightly driving me insane. I mean, kind of in a good way, to be fair, because I am using very interesting options. We've got light green on the apples and we've got a little bit of orange. So we've got something like that going on for us here. We've definitely got like a bluey, greeny aqua wall. So I'm not too worried about that, I suppose. It's just about the whole idea, the whole look of this room. You know, am I giving off the right vibe with this room? I don't think so. But what can I do about it now? I mean, nothing really. I kind of want to add this thing because there is like a golden swatch or even like a bluey swatch of this actually. Whoa, there's a blue swatch. That works really well. That's nice. Now I feel like maybe the curtains should be a little bit of a different color. I could actually make them just a green color. I feel like maybe that would work quite nicely. Like if I could find a really dark purple rug, I would incorporate it here, but I really don't think that the color I'm looking for will be coming up. So maybe not. Like I almost feel like this brownie color would almost fit this space, but I guess that is too brown. Next to that purple, it really does make it pop out a little bit more. So maybe not that color. I honestly don't know. I love adding a rug into a dining space, but in this particular space, I'm really not sure what dining rug would work. Maybe actually this color. It kind of just has like some oranges, but it just tones it down a little bit quite nicely. She says, she shouts absolutely every single word that comes out of her mouth. We could add like two of these like little pendants. They're like a greeny kind of color, so that could be a fun option. And then maybe actually, wait, now there is like a dark purple. I know I'm using this plant, but like this plant for some reason is coming through. What if I make it a little bit smaller? And then wait, now is there any other like purpley swatches? See, that doesn't even come up as purple, so maybe I'm just imagining that is purple, but I think it is personally. Oh, orange. That's cool. That's nice. Yeah, that's cool. I really don't know, guys. I'm really struggling. And like, even with this light having so many different swatches, there is just no purple. Like, there's like these blues. There's obviously a lot of greens. There's a stunning orange, which I mean, I think I'm going to use this orange. There's just no like purples or like dark, deep purples. So this is definitely a struggle of a room for me. And we only have like that purple back there because I cannot match anything to it besides these two plants. And they're barely even purple. So look, that is going to be our dining room. I kind of like it, honestly. Not to toot my own horn, but that's probably my favorite room. Although I do kind of like this. But do I like this room just because of the arrangement of objects that I used, because those are one of my favorite objects? Is that the only thing that's saving this room for me? Because the other side is just a mess. A mess. That's the nicest term I can use here. I don't know. Let's move on. Maybe let's whack the bathroom out of the way because I am a little nervous for this toilet. So maybe that is something we need to do next. And by God, if I don't get some blues in this or like something, if I get purple again, I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Anyways, let's spin for the bathroom. Okay, let's just first of all say a little Simlish prayer and then let's spin for the bathroom. 1, 2, 3. Oh my God. Okay. Right, we've got earth yellow, Naples yellow. So we've got yellowy golden vibes, right? I'm getting inspired. Yellow golden vibes. We've got some blue, which is what I wanted. I wanted a little bit of blue. But then we've also got bloody Persian indigo. Go away with that bloody Persian indigo. And then we've got Hollywood cerise. Woohoo! May I remind you, this is the bathroom we're working with, okay? The bathroom. So naturally, I am thinking of the gold, like that yellow and that earthy yellow, whatever the heck they wanted to call those. I'm thinking those will be the gold accents here, right? So we gotta use them. We gotta make them work as gold. We just have to make this work. I think that's gonna be the easiest option. Then I'm thinking of blue. Like we've got things like this, which I think would be quite interesting to maybe create something, oh my God, along the lines of this. Because like that's blue and it's gold, you know, that could be an idea to make something a little bit more. I actually don't know what vibe that is, but I could add like that gold shower with this to make it slightly more contemporary mixed with, that came with the Salvadoran kit, Salvadorada, whatever that one's called. So Salvadorada world, as far as I'm aware, is meant to be like South America, I think, based, so like kind of like Latin vibes. I don't know. Is that right? So can I make it somehow work with some gold contemporary-ish vibes? Or is that not a thing that I can do? Because I guess I could use this shower. Like we've got blue and gold on that, but oh my God, how am I going to fit purple into this again? It's really the purple that throws me over the edge and makes me want to never swim back ashore. You know, the indigo color that I'm trying to find, I actually don't even think we have something like that in The Sims, because we've got like these purples, right? We've got like this purple, but that is still much more of like a vibrant neon purple, whereas this indigo shade seems to be almost like a mixture of blue. So like if you added, like if I was mixing color and if I had that on my palette, I'd add some like deep green blue into it, make it more of like a bluey purple. Do you get me? Like if I added a little bit of that into that purple shade, that would give me like almost, this is more Persian indigo. Like I would almost think that that is more indigo than the other color. That actually could be an idea that we could maybe incorporate that into it. There's also Hollywood cerise, may I add, which is just not something I want to use in a bathroom, but okay, let's try. Okay, again, looking at the pinks, we do not have anything like that. So there is no hot pink when it comes to wallpapers. Like there's pink tiles, but again, that's not giving me the vibe. That's not giving me the style. It's just not giving me anything. It's not a cerise kind of color that I'm after. So what about some flooring? Is there any like a hot pink cerise flooring? No, there isn't. Okay, thanks for that. Maybe we'll just use some pink with plants or something. Okay, so I guess, oh, could that be an option to do something like that? I'm not sure. Let's think. Or maybe at this point, let's just not think. Because maybe that will be an easier choice for everybody. Let's just not think. Let's just close our eyes and forget that we're ever doing this challenge. Okay, so I actually found this object, which both has a little bit of blue, a little bit of purple, and a little bit of that Hollywood cerise. And I also found this as a bath mat. Well, obviously it's not a bath mat, but maybe that also has some qualities that we might enjoy. So it's definitely an interesting room. And now I'm really wanting to put this little dude in there, but I know that's a little bit... he could be having a shower. Oh, he's having a shower. Sorry. Why do I love him? But why does he perfectly match my aesthetic? I'm going to leave him in there, guys. This is a fun little surprise you get when you download this house. This will give somebody a heart attack. Because like he's blue and there's a bit of goldish like yellow. So yeah, guys, just accept the fact that this little dude is gonna come with this house, and that's all we can really say. That's all we can do, and that's all we can say, guys. Isn't that right? Yeah, it is. Okay, I'm like starting to really like this room because it is so drastically different to what I normally do. So maybe there's something quite interesting about that. How I feel about it, I probably should have used this shower as well from this pack, but I'm okay with merging some styles together to make this work. So I think that should be all good. We obviously need some sort of like a hand towel there, I guess. Although wait, now maybe instead of that hand towel, I could just use the new hand towel from the new kit, which is still not tagged properly, but that's okay. Yeah, maybe I'll just use that thing here. It probably just would make a little bit more sense, just slightly off center with this thing. Okay, so that is an idea of a room that I never thought I would create. I mean, yeah, it's something. It's definitely something. I think I'm kind of panicking a little bit too much doing this challenge, and I'm really literally sticking to the colors, whereas maybe there's like an easier way of doing this to incorporate some of these colors in a little bit more organic way. But I think Obviously, with this being my first time doing this challenge, I think I'm kind of panicking. But weirdly enough, dare I say, that's one of my favorite rooms. And it also has a skeleton having a shower. So I think that's pretty funny. Anyways, we've got 2 rooms left, right? We've got the office space and we've got the hallway. So should we just get the hallway out of the way and end on the office? I think that would be probably a good idea. Right. Let's spin 3 shades for the hallway. Right. So 1. Oh, that's a lovely one. Sorry. 1, 2, and 3. Oh, hold on 1 second. That would be beautiful for the office, but I guess that is going to be our hallway. So we've got black and white. Holy crap. Midnight green, Caribbean current, and non-photo blue. That is such a gorgeous, gorgeous palette. Imagine if I got that for the bathroom or the kitchen. Like, we would be sorted. But no. We've got this for the kitchen and that for the bathroom. Oh my god. Okay, I'm interested. This could be good. Like, imagine I totally wreck that now. Imagine I totally just wreck this room and make it horrendous. Okay, so since we've got black and white, I am kind of thinking of doing maybe just black floor. I mean, it's gonna look a little silly with all of these rooms like joining up with the black hallway, but like it probably would make the most sense unless I do white. But I honestly think that the front entrance room being white is probably the most ridiculous thought that one could ever have, because coming in from the outdoors to a white floor, like, are you crazy? Like, you must be crazy. I kind of like this floor because it is obviously black, but it's just a little bit lighter, so you can almost see the features of the flooring a little bit better. So that could be an idea. Now, like, it's blues and greens working together, so I'm gonna tag both blue and green. It's definitely like aqua vibes, so I'm almost thinking like, that's not even aqua enough, that's too blue, I think. Like, I guess maybe this for that Caribbean color. This would be really funny now, guys, when you're watching this back and you're like, no, that's a blue, and no, that's a green, and we're all gonna not be able to agree on whether that shade is blue or green. But I totally get that. We all see colors differently, and you know, even when I was in art college, obviously a room full of artists, we all can see colors, we all can understand colors, but there was still times where we all understood them differently. And I think it is something to do with our brain, because obviously some people are colorblind. I think that everyone slightly has a touch of seeing the world slightly differently, which I think is a very interesting concept all around, and it just makes us all that unique. So when someone sees blue in green and someone sees green in blue, I actually find that quite interesting. So I'm very interested to see what you guys are going to think of this. Now that I think about it, for that midnight green, could I maybe use like this? Although that's not really midnight green. That's almost like mossy, like forest green. I feel like almost this could have a cool midnight green aesthetic. So maybe something like that could be quite an option. Oh wait, actually this color, I like this one. Maybe I'll put this one like here and maybe on this chunk as well. And then I guess we also need a little bit of white. So could I just dare to leave one of these walls like white? Like I could just do this, or maybe that wall has to be white as well. Okay, I kind of like this. I like this being like the main color, the Caribbean kind of current color. That's what they've considered it anyways. I mean, what am I supposed to do in this hallway? I've got windows and a lot of items on each wall, so this could be a tough one. I wonder if I maybe move this door and switch it with this. Would that maybe help me a little bit? Although then you're going to be opening the door into the sink. Okay, maybe not. Maybe if I just like toss it over a little bit to the corner. I maybe want to put a little bit of like a surface here. That would be an idea. I know that there is like this color, which I've tried using it in this room, but it didn't really work. But I almost feel like in this room it will work, but where does it fit? Nowhere. Like it literally fits nowhere. That's great. It's like the one thing I'm trying to figure out, it fits nowhere. Unless I make it smaller, but I hate making things small like this. Or else I'd just do a white one, which is kind of boring, but it would probably just work that bit better. Yeah, I guess it would work a bit better, and we can always just use like bluey decorations. Like, let's see, what bluey kind of greeny decorations can we use? Oh, these are cool. I was actually thinking of using these in my other build the other day. I actually don't remember which build, and I forgot. So that's always fun how I forget to use these. I feel like they're just like locked away in a category that I never think about. Like, these are so cool. Like, even like doing a whole wall of them. Doesn't that look really nice? Maybe I'll do this for this room. I don't know. Maybe that just ruined the whole room, but I always forget about these, especially for like these color-y challenges. I really should use a lot more of them, but I just don't, and it's really sad. Anyways, we could do this old blue dude. He's kind of cute. Pots and pans. It's an idea. I love this thing, but this never snaps on top of counters. Like, I don't understand why it can't go up on that. That makes no sense. We could use like this thing. I feel like I always use that though. Is that a bit too much? Oh, we could do a phone, like you're just ringing people. Or else like a little book to say like, oh, just before you leave, don't forget, this is your grocery list. That could be a fun idea, something different. We could use Bob here as well. And I would like maybe an idea of some curtain action here, but what curtain action would work? I mean, I guess something like this would probably work quite nicely. Although now that I think about it, should I do maybe a different plant but also have a light in this corner? I feel like maybe that could be a better idea. But then again, I do need some lights on the walls as well, so maybe we leave the lights for the walls. Like this thing could probably work, but is that too much like a train station vibe then? I don't know why this is reminding me of like a train station. I guess it is kind of cool though. Maybe I will put it here. Although wait, no, maybe that should go like on this wall, which really matches that wall beautifully. Maybe we could do two. Yeah, why not? Let's do two. I feel like we need paintings on those white walls. I feel like white walls just call out for beautiful artwork. Okay, I need like this actually would work really well because it has black and it has like blue. Oh my god, how do I make this fit? Like how? Okay, what can I move? I'm gonna move you, I think. Wait a second. I'm gonna move this light over to this corner. Crazy choices. I gotta move things out of the way. Also, for the purpose of that chair being here, it's probably best that we move that a little bit. So then this could go here, which I think stunningly works on this wall, which I know I just said I wanted art on the white walls, but here I am contradicting myself. Maybe we could do something like this because that obviously has a little color, but it also has a black frame, which I think the black frames probably work a lot better in this room than any other ones. And I guess I just want one more, maybe slightly greenier painting, like a more aqua kind of vibe. Like I guess these could also work, but do I really like them? Not really. But I think I do want a black frame. Unless I do that. That's a pretty scary one. Although this is kind of cool. Yeah, maybe that actually works. Okay, that's an interesting thought. Now, I guess just a rug in the center and then we're golden, I think. Oh my god, I've never seen this before. This is a rug from City Living. It has like ramen flying all into a circle. That now makes me want to like create like a Japanese ramen shop. How fun would that be? To have like that in the middle of the room. That is such a funny rug. And now I'm starving and now I want ramen. Oh my god, why did I do that to myself? I guess this rug kind of works because it has light blues. It got a little bit of like that dark blue, so maybe something like that could be quite interesting. I also do feel like we need some sort of a plant here or something because I feel like it's really like, I know we've got Bob, but knowing me, like that's not enough plants in one room. Could I maybe do this because it has some white on it as well as like a little welcome mat? And maybe we could put a nice little, I was literally gonna reach for this guy again. Like this guy is a star of the show. I haven't used a plant so often in one build in quite some time, so maybe we could actually throw this guy there. And I'm kind of happy with everything now. I don't really want to add too much more stuff in this room because it's a hallway. I don't want to make it look a little bit like I overthinked it. So maybe I'm gonna just leave it the way it is. I'm gonna leave it with saucers as well. I don't think we need any fancier lights. So the last room I've got to do is the office space. And I mean, I usually love doing like a really nice contemporary office. So you know, this could be a little bit of a challenge for me. Right, so let's pick out the colors. Again, let's say a little Simlish prayer somehow. And let's go 1. Oh my god, thank god we're not getting this one. 2 and 3. Okay. Right, we've got like a black, brown, a light brown, a cool gray, which that seems almost like either a lilac or like a bluey kind of color, which I'm sure we've got those in the game. But the black and the brown, this could be really good. We could make something good out of this. I guess it is just a little bit easier when you've got like neutral colors added into the palette, because you know, when we started off with just like primary colors and that's all I could have used, like there was no neutrals, I found it kind of hard and I have to add my own neutral colors to it, whereas I like the idea of just having like a palette that already has some neutral shades, which I think just works a little bit better and it's a little bit easier. I kind of want to add like maybe this like brown, what even is this, metal panel kind of thing. Would that work quite nicely with like the bluey purpley wall? Like I mean, that is blue, but I guess the powder blue that they are wanting me to use, I feel like is a little bit more of like this. Maybe something like that? Powder blue. Maybe this one. I guess it all really depends on the lighting too. Or wait, now actually maybe this powder blue. That could be an option. because that's a little bit too lighty beigey for me. So maybe like these two colors could be a fun look together. But then what? What do I do then? Because I don't want to make this too literal. But what kind of brown walls do we got? Dark brown. Okay, we've got this, which I guess the paneling could be an option. But then I'm thinking, why don't I do actual paneling? The paneling that I like. Like I could even do like this paneling, or like even that dark brown, or even maybe the lighter brown, and then we can incorporate a flooring as well. Maybe like this one. That could be an option, guys. Hold on a second. If I just run... Okay, wait, no, not like this. If I run the brown in like a line throughout the room and just have the two kind of colors on either ends, I think that could be an option. And then we've got black to work with, which I mean, black, you know me and black. We can definitely work with some black shades. We've got beautiful black swatches of items. I'm almost thinking of just going straight away into it, not thinking about it too much. But I know that... Wait, now, this color chair does have like a bluey shade. I think that powder blue could be a fun option to use. Or else, I know there's also like there's this, but it has light blue in it. Sorry, light brown in it, but maybe that could be an idea just to break it up a little bit. Or else there's this chair, which this one also has a few very interesting swatches. This chair is actually a lot of fun. I think we need more objects that are statement pieces, but also can be incorporated into a lot of different styles. Like we've got purple, but that's not gonna work here. Or else I just do black. But no, because maybe like that could be like the light brown option. Okay, I like this. That could be a look. Let's just do a regular computer. And then for the lamp, I am thinking of using this one. We could do the black with the marble, but I actually am thinking maybe the brown would probably just be a nicer, more delicate, more cohesive kind of version. Oh, could I use this behind us? Oh, I feel like I could. I feel like I could just do black. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it. I mean, no office is complete without this. I could even use maybe like these here at a slight bit of a bendy angle. Maybe in more of like a black swatch. Okay, could I use maybe this thing? Oh my god, too big. Could use maybe that thing. I think that could be quite a lot of fun. And then maybe some plants. Obviously, we've got no plants in this room yet. And the addition of the green will kind of break the illusion slightly. But I mean, greenery, I feel like is just default. I feel like we should just be allowed to have greenery without having to worry about it. I think so. Surely. Lemons. Is that weird? It kind of is weird, but I kind of love it at the same time. I don't know why the addition of those lemons just like made my day. Like absolutely. Lemons. You gotta just grab yourself a lemon as a little editing snack. I mean, I love lemon water, so maybe we've got like a lemon water station. I don't know, but the paintings that I am thinking about are definitely those. I mean, I'm sorry, these are just the paintings we've got to use, so maybe actually just like one giant one like that would be a nice look. We could just push this away from the wall a little bit because I'm not really a big fan of how that plant is clipping through, but maybe something like this, just like as a very busy centerpiece, because like the other option is doing two small ones, but I feel like that's just too basic. Although maybe we like basic. Guys, I'm gonna go for the basic. Okay, then definitely, of course, black curtains on this wall. That's without a doubt no shocker here for us. Let's use this one. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're working on something here, guys. Something is working with us and we're working with something. I could use this, but is that kind of clashing with the chair? I wonder if I was to change the chair once again, could this make us feel a bit better about this? If I change the chair to this, oh, I think I'm gonna do it. I think that, like that lamp just has like a very cool vibe about it. And now I feel like I should maybe make this black shade. Yeah, now we're talking. And I actually really desperately want to use this again because I feel like that blue it's like a powder blue. And you know what? I'm just gonna do it. Maybe this place just like went to a shop one day and they just got all these plants for sale. Maybe I'll change this one to something else. Hold on a second, because I have to, like, I'm sorry, I just have to use that plant over there because it's just perfect. Okay, I swapped a couple of them around. So we actually have this one in here now and we've got that one over there. And I also swapped, wait, now what else did I swap? Oh, I guess nothing. I guess that's fine. Yeah, so we've got that one there and Yeah, okay, so I guess I could use this one because I just think that the blue is like that perfect shade of like powdery blue, as the Sims are calling it. So I think that should be pretty nice. I mean, I don't really know what else to add besides a little rug. So maybe let's just end it off with a nice rug. I don't want to overdo it with this room. I guess I could add some sort of a shelf here as well. Wait, now let me just try out a shelf, but it could be a no-no. Okay, I added the shelf and I kind of like it, I guess. I guess there's nothing kind of wrong with it. Now that I think about it, can I switch the plant into this corner and add the lamp here and then move this lamp over here and then add the books over on that side? I think it's just because the tall lamp was hitting off of that plant and I didn't like it. And then also having two plants on one end and having two lights on one end is kind of annoying me. So for balance, that probably looks a little bit better. Love that. So then the last thing we need is just a little rug, which I'm thinking either just like a regular brown rug. Like I almost feel like this one, just like this first one that I picked out, probably looks quite nice because it has some dark brown and it has some light brown. So yeah, I think that probably looks a bit better. I think I'm going to change all the doors to the same color because screw that. I just want this house to feel cohesive. So that completes my last room, which is the office. And I mean, I probably love the office the most out of all of this. It almost felt like it started off with I don't want to say the worst, but we almost ended up doing a better job towards the end. So maybe I just started getting more comfortable with this. So this is definitely an idea that I will have to try again. Maybe if I use like a different website that only maybe gives me 3 different colors in a palette, and then I can incorporate some neutrals in myself, because I think I panicked a little bit, especially with this like kitchen where I literally tried to fit in a neon, you know, green painting over here with some like orangey goldy vibes, which now nothing really is coherent enough because this is not golden. This is like orange and that is golden, you know, so it was a little bit of a mess of a challenge, but it did make me use a couple of objects that I normally wouldn't, such as like in this bathroom, that sink. I'm very interested that I use that. I like my little skeleton taking a shower. I mean, this room, for some reason, I just want to like stay out of that room, but it's working. It's like silently kind of doing its own thing. I don't really want to give out to it too much, so maybe this house kind of turned out okay, or maybe it didn't. So I guess the last thing we need to do is do a tour and really see what this house feels like when you go into it. So anyways, guys, welcome on into my every room is a different randomly generated color palette, and all of a sudden we see issues already without even having to go into the house. The first room that you are welcomed by is the hallway, which had beautiful kind of aqua blues with definitely some dark notes as well, and also some neutral whites and blacks, which I think that all together, this turned out like a nice cohesive room. The fact that it was just a hallway, it kind of made it a little bit difficult to combine objects and find specific objects for a hallway in those colors. Let's head on over to the bathroom, the Salvadorian, South American, I suppose, Latin kind of America, I'm not sure. This kind of bathroom inspired by the Salvadoradian game pack. So we've got that going on. We've got a little shower situation happening here. Hi, how are you? Are you enjoying your shower? Yes, I am. Lovely. Good for him. Anyways, that is our bathroom. Then we've got a kitchen, a massive mess of a kitchen. I feel like this person really did not know what to go for, so they decided to go for this. I mean, there's things that are working, like obviously those kitchen appliances are working, but I feel like this room needs a makeover like ASAP, so I'm just gonna really quickly just take myself out of that room and pretend that didn't happen. Then we've got a dining room, which I mean, if that wall wasn't purple, I would probably like this room purely because of those chairs and those apples, and I guess the decoration that I picked on that wall. I think there's something kind of cute and wholesome and very kitsch about this, so I kind of like it, but at the same time there is other kind of clashing clashing colors. Like maybe, I don't know, I'm not really sure about this kind of look from this side, whatever. Anyways, and we've got this room. I'm terrified to go in this room just in case it gives out to me. I feel like this man is giving out to me for some reason, and like that purple wall is like very aggressive towards me, because maybe I just don't like using purple and purple is kind of turning against me. But looking at it from this side, I'm not too mad at this. I could send my sim living in this room. And then over here, I guess it's kind of working, but it's just very bare and basic. But that's because I was scared, and I fully admit, hand on my heart, I was terrified of this room. So let's just leave it really quickly. Let's do the bedroom next. Okay, so this was the first room that I did, and I mean, it's kind of inspiring in a way. I guess maybe from this angle, I like the last minute paneling on the wall that I did. I mean, there's something kind of interesting about that. Then over here, we just got some neutrals that I decided to implement. implement, but we've got those primary colors definitely still making an appearance here. Love the idea of the paints here. I love the idea of, you know, turning those primary colors all in a palette into an artist. So maybe this is definitely like an artist's little room. I don't know. It's kind of working, it's kind of not at the same time. So I'm happy just to leave this room and not be too angry at it. And then we've got the last room, which is the office, which, I mean, this is such an interesting space. I mean, it's just so contemporary, but this color, the addition of that like dusty kind of purple, but also this blue, this like, what are they called? Powder blue and cool gray. I would actually like to say that that is like a cool gray, and that is kind of like a powder blue. So I'm very happy with this room. So I really hope you like this one. I hope you don't find my lemons a little too weird, but the idea of that black with the browns working together, I just want to say that I'm so glad that I ended on a happy note, because I feel like this challenge is now fully complete in my eyes and I'm happy with it. Whereas if we were just to end it on like, just say, if we were to end it on that kitchen, I think I would just bulldoze the house and start again. But overall, it was a disaster, I would like to say. I think it was a very big roller coaster of emotions, and I hope maybe there's aspects of this house that you guys might pick out and like. So let me know what you liked about this house, but let me know what you didn't like, because I would really love to learn from my mistakes and learn from what I could have done better. But I will definitely be trying this again, maybe with a different website generator, because I feel like this one did me dirty. Well guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have any other ideas like this for maybe generator websites, or maybe color pattern generator websites, let me know. Like, or maybe I could do an every room is a different pattern kind of idea. That could be a fun look as well. So let me know if you've got any ideas like that. List them down for me in the comments, because I learned so much from your comments. I really always appreciate them, regardless of if they're bad, mean, or really nice and kind, and obviously 90% of the time lovely and thoughtful and generous and friendly and kind and loving and caring. So don't forget to subscribe if you are new here. Check out some of my previous videos down below, and tomorrow I will be picking out a winner of my restoration workshop giveaway. I feel like that's been a very long 2 weeks. I feel like the 2 weeks flew, but definitely check that out if you still want to win yourself that kit. So thank you so much for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one. Bye.